Hello guys, my name is Arvind Mandal and in this video I'm going to discuss about the triangular inequality. Okay, triangular inequality in complex number. Now you already know triangular inequality from your earlier classes, right? Suppose if there is a triangle, sorry, suppose if there is a triangle and the length of this side is A, length of this side is B, length of this side is C. Suppose this is the length of three sides of this triangle. So you must be knowing that if you add length of two sides, right? If I add length of this and this, so it will be always greater than length of third side, right? This is the first triangular inequality we study. And the second triangular inequality is what? If you take difference of two side, difference means it should be positive. Okay. So now I don't know A is greater than B or B is greater than A. So I am taking here mod, right? So A minus B will be basically less than C. So this is the true triangular inequality we generally study in our earlier classes, in class 8 or 9. Now we will see in complex number how we are using this. Okay, right? So see, this is a Argand plane, right? If I take any point here, Z1, so suppose if I say Z1 is basically equal to X plus iota Y1. So this point will be what? X1 comma Y1, right? Now this length is Y1 and this length is X1. This is basically X1. Now if I take any another point here, suppose if I'm taking any another point here, Z2, and Z2 I said X2 plus iota Y2. So this point is basically X2 plus iota Y2. I'm not writing these points here. So this length is basically Y2 and this length is X2, right? So suppose if I add these complex number Z1 plus Z2. So this Z1 plus Z2 will be where? Can you guess where it should lie? Z1 plus Z2, X1 plus X2, and Y1 plus Y2 will be there, right? In Z1 plus Z2. So this whole length is X1. This length will be X2. So it will be somewhere here, right? Somewhere here. And this is basically Y1 and this is Y2. So it will be somewhere here, right? So this point will be somewhere here, Z1 plus Z2. Now, when I will complete this, you will understand that using vector method also we can see this. See, in a parallelogram vector, if this is a vector A and this is a vector B, so resultant of this vector is basically what? Vector A plus vector B, right? So same thing is there, but basically it satisfies vector law also. So if I join this point, if I join these points, so the point will be somewhere here. Now from here to here I can write Z1 is the length of this side, okay, and modulus of Z2 will be the length of this side. And you must be knowing one thing, that modulus of Z1 minus Z2 means distance between Z1 and Z2. You can substitute value here and you will see that it will give you a distance formula, x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 square whole square, but that will basically give you distance between z1 and z2. So suppose if I want to take distance between z1 and z1 plus z2, so how much distance will be? It will be distance between 2 point, what I told you, distance between 2 point is basically, suppose z1 minus z2 means distance between z1 and z2. So if I ask you what is the distance between z1 plus z2 to z1, so it will basically z1 plus z2 minus z1, right? So this length will be modulus of z2. Now similarly you can see this length will be z1, right? Now if I add these points, if I connect these points, so can I say this length will be basically modulus of z1 minus z2. Why? Because distance between 2 points is basically modulus of z1 minus z2. Distance between 2 points will be modulus of z1 minus z2, right? Now you see, if I say this is a O, this is A, this is B. So in triangle OAB, if you observe properly, so this is a triangle, this is O, this is A, this is B. This length is basically z1 plus z2 mod. Here this length is z2 mod, right? And this is z1 mod. So using this, can I say that modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2 is greater than modulus of z1 plus z2, right? Now you see, if I replace this z2 by minus z2 in this whole equation, so what I will be getting here? Modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2, sorry, minus z2, and this side we will be getting modulus of z1 plus of minus of modulus of z2. So this will give me modulus of z1 minus z2 less than, right, modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. So you see, if I'm taking here plus or if I'm taking here minus, result will remain same. There will be no change in that, right? Now if somehow these points come on this line, if somehow, suppose, so this will be basically collinear. Now this will be O, this will be A, and this is basically B. Whole length is how much? Modulus of z1 plus z2, and this length is modulus of z1. This is basically modulus of z2. So can I say modulus of z1 plus z2 is basically equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2? Can we say or not? Tell me. This is a special case in which if this point, these 3 points are collinear, then we can say this will be equal. So if these 3 points is not collinear, then this length, this value will be greater than this much, right? This value will be greater than this, or if this is collinear, then it will be equal. So from here, if I combine these two things, so from here we are getting one inequality here, and that inequality is basically modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2 greater than equal to modulus of z1 plus z2, right? Okay. Now you see, if I consider this triangle, if I say here, if I consider triangle OAC, right? If I consider this triangle OAC, now in this triangle, can you observe, this will give me modulus of z1 minus z2. This length is z2, and this length is basically z1. Now using this property, can I say that length of OA minus OC mod basically will be less than AC, right? Right or not? Tell me. So here we can say modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2 less than modulus of z1 minus z2. Now you understand, now you observe properly, this modulus is basically modulus which we study in complex number, right? And this modulus is used here for to make it positive. So you understand the difference between both, right? Here we have used this modulus. This is basically complex number modulus, you know, that gives you basically distance from origin of a point, and this is basically this gives you, this is basically used here for giving you the positive value. Now, so if I here also, if this points come here, if this becomes collinear, so this we will be getting equal sign here, right? So now if you combine this and this, right? Okay, now one more thing is there. You see here we are getting modulus of z1 plus z2, which is less than equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2, and here we are getting modulus of z1 minus z2, which is basically greater than equal to modulus of z1 and modulus of z2, right? Now you see, if I replace this z2 by minus of z2, right? If I replace here z2 by minus z2, so this will become positive, and there will be no difference in that, right? You already know this. If I take modulus z, modulus of minus z is basically modulus of z. Both are same, right? So if I combine this and this, so what I will be getting here? I will be getting here modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2 is less than equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2, right? And this side we will be getting modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2 modulus. So this is the triangular inequality, and this is so much important. They generally ask one question from this portion. This year also they have asked one question. In advanced paper also there was one question from this topic, right? So this you need to keep in mind. You observe properly here. Modulus of z1 plus z2 is basically less than equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2, and here we have taken difference, and this modulus is basically used so that we get only here positive value, right? Okay, now question they will be asking something like this. You see, they will be asking question like this. What they have asked? Modulus z plus modulus z minus 2i, right? So what was our triangular inequality? Our triangular inequality was modulus of z1 minus modulus of z2 is less than equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2 less than equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. This is our triangular inequality. So you need to observe properly, and you need to check which inequality you should use here so that you can get the minimum value, right? Can you observe here that you can either use this inequality or this you can use, right? But if you follow here, this is something like this. Can you see here? Can you observe properly? This is something like this, mod of z1 plus mod of z2. And you see they are asking minimum value. So when you will be getting minimum value, if you are getting something like this, right? No, this will give you maximum value. Minimum value will give you something like this. If I say this is greater than equal to a, so this quantity is always greater than equal to a, it means the minimum value will be a, right? Right or not? Tell me. So this is the idea. So you need to write, you need to use this, right? So here you see, here you observe, can I write this using this portion? Can I write here modulus of z plus modulus of z, modulus of z plus z minus 2i less than equal to modulus of z1, modulus of z plus modulus of z minus 2i. Okay, now you observe when they are asking for a minimum value, they are asking a value, they are asking a quantity, they are asking a number, they want a number, right? But are you getting a number here? No, right? We are not getting here the number. Here you see what I can write here, modulus of z1 plus modulus of z minus 2i is basically giving you greater than z plus z minus 2i. So this will give you 2z minus 2i, right? So here from here you will not be getting any number, right? So you have to think in such a way that somehow this z get cancelled out. Suppose if somehow this z get cancelled out, then we will left with only 2i, and value of 2i you already know, right? Value of 2i modulus you already know, you can get the value. So you see we know this property, right? Minus of z is basically equal to z. So what I will do here, this is z, and I will write this as 2y minus z. Now you add. Now if you add, you can see here this will give you greater than equal to modulus of z plus 2y minus z. So this z will get cancelled out, and this will be greater than equal to modulus of 2y, that will give you modulus greater than equal to 2, right? So modulus of z plus 2y minus z is basically greater than equal to 2. So the minimum value from here will be how much? Minimum value here is 2. Now the question is, can we get maximum value also from here? See, there is not a certain condition here that in this certain condition you have to follow, and you need to check from there only that you are getting minimum or maximum value, right? They have just given this quantity, and they are asking, suppose if they are asking maximum value. So you see maximum value is not possible. Why? Because this is a positive quantity and this is also a positive quantity, so it can go up to any number. Are you getting my point or not? But suppose if there is some restriction that it cannot go more than this. Suppose if z is given to you and z cannot go more than this, then there was possibility we can find that right now. So this is how you need to solve this kind of question. Okay, one more question I'm taking here. You see, the question is basically modulus of z is less than equal to 3, and they are asking for find the maximum value of this, right? So I will try here to use modulus inequality first. That is basically what? Modulus of z1 minus of modulus of z2 less than equal to modulus of z1 plus modulus of z2. I will suggest you to write each and every time these things so that you don't get confused here, right? You write this formula and then you think what you can do. So they are asking for the maximum value, right? So maximum value means it should be something like this, right? Then only you can say maximum value. If it is always less than equal to a, so the maximum value will be a, right? So which inequality here we should use? So you see, we can use this, right? Here I will write this as a z plus 4 minus 3i, right? So this will be less than equal to z plus 4 minus sorry, this will be 4 minus 3i. So we want the maximum value. So to take maximum value, so z is always less than equal to 3. So if I take here maximum value from here, then only we will be getting the maximum value, right? So z value we will have to take here what? Z is always less than equal to 3. So we want only maximum value. So we will have to take out here also maximum value. So z we will have to take here 3. And the modulus of this will give you can solve like this also, and you must be knowing this will give you 5 only, right? So the value of this will be 4 minus 3a less than equal to 8. So the maximum value will be 8, right? Now there is another way also by which you can approach this question. Suppose they ask you minimum value. If they ask you from here minimum value, so can you get minimum value? Yes, restriction is there, you can get, right? So here for that I will be using this, because if they are asking minimum value, sorry, minimum value, so it should be something like this. No, minimum value means it should be something like this, right? And here you see same here, this is basically this, right? And this will be something a. So here we will be getting the same thing. So what I will do here, I will write this as a same thing I will be doing here, less than equal to z plus 4 minus 3i. I will take here something like this, and this side we will left with modulus of z minus 4 minus 3i. So again value of this we will be taking 3 minus, and this will be giving you 5. So this will be less than equal to z plus 4 minus 3i, right? So this value will be how much? Z plus 4 minus 3i, modulus of z plus 4 minus 3i is greater than equal to, this is we are getting minus 2, but we are using this modulus to make this a positive quantity, so we will be getting greater than equal to 2. So value of this we are getting between 2 to 8, right? Okay, now there is one more approach by which you can solve this question. That is also you can do. You see properly, if we use geometry here, so it will be more easier to solve this. You understand this? Basically this we can write as a z minus 4 plus 3i. So sorry, it will be basically minus 4 plus 3i, right? So I have told you distance between z1 minus z2 is basically distance between z1 and z2. So we need to find maximum value or minimum value. Minimum value also I want to have. Okay, minimum value also I want to determine. So how we can solve that? How we can solve this? So you see, this is z minus this point, right? We want the maximum and minimum distance between this point and this z. So this z is basically a variable point. So we will have to search that z point from where we can get minimum or maximum value. Now see, the meaning of this is what? This meaning of this is what? If I write here modulus of z equal to 3, so modulus z will give you x square plus y square equal to 3. So this is basically x square plus y square equal to 9. What I mean to say that this represents a circle where origin is, this represents a circle where center is origin, and radius is how much? 3. So this will go something like this, right? So this point is basically how much? 3 comma 0. This will be 0 comma 3, and same thing, minus 3 comma 0 and all. This is basically 0 comma 0, and the meaning of this is what? This is less than equal to 3, less than equal to 3. So equal to 3 means z will lie on the circumference of the circle, and less than means it will be inside the circle, somewhere inside the circle. So this z can either lie on this circle or inside this circle, right? So, and this point will be somewhere here. This point will be somewhere here, minus 4 comma 3 will be somewhere here. So we need to have a minimum length from this z and this point. So we need to find that point, that z point, from where we can get minimum or maximum value. So this z can lie either on this circle or inside this circle, right? Now you see, minimum value, if I'm talking about the minimum value, so minimum value will be basically, minimum value will go, the line from here, minimum value will go from the center. Why I'm saying like this? Basically, minimum distance, whenever they talk about the minimum distance is between the common normal. For a curve, two curve is given to you, so the common normal point also, it will be should go from normal. Why? You see, this is normal, and if I say this is a tangent, so this is how much? 90-degree angle, right? Now you see, if I say I don't want to take this point, I want to take, if I say, see, this will be the minimum length, what I'm saying you. But suppose if I say I want to take this point, now you see this, if I join this point, so this will be a right angle triangle, and this length will be always obviously greater than this length, right? This is hypotenuse, but I want the minimum value. Each and every time you will be getting a triangle where a hypotenuse will be greater than more than this side. So the minimum length will be basically between this point and this point, and if you join these points, it will go always from the center of the circle, and it will go up to this. So the minimum length will be this, and the maximum length will be this, right? From this here to here you will be getting maximum length, and from here to here you will be getting minimum length. Now you see, this point is given to you, and this point is also given to you. So length between this point, if I say this is A, this is B, this is O, and this is C. So our minimum length is basically AB, right? And AB can be written as OA minus OB. We know OB is basically radius, and OA we can determine using distance formula, and it will give you 5. You can observe by yourself. So minimum length we are getting here 2, and maximum length will be how much? Maximum length will be this length to this length. So this length is basically 6, right? And this length is 2. So here we will be getting length is 8. So can you observe here also? See, I was explaining each and everything, so I took this much time. But if you follow this also, it will be so much easy. You can easily calculate. So minimum, maximum length we are getting 8, and minimum length we are getting 2, right? So this is how you can use inequality also, and this geometrical concept also. Okay.